Hi there, this is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com. Another video from Sydney, Australia. I feel like I should have had the Opera House in the background, or at least the Sydney Bridge or something, but you'll just have to take my word for it. I'm in Sydney. So today's email I got from Jacqueline. Jacqueline has watched quite a few videos on YouTube by me, and she agrees with the general message and the content. But she's just got one little thing that's kind of at the back of her head. And that is the fact that alcohol has been in society for thousands of years. It's always been there, and she's saying, look, it just kind of keeps tapping me on the head and saying, but this has been around forever. If it's been around forever, then surely it can't be that bad. Surely we would have got rid of it by now if it was really as dangerous as you say it is. And it's a good point, but there's a couple of sections to this, I think. Firstly, I think the primary reason that alcohol has stayed constant is that it is incredibly cheap to make, free in fact. It requires no exotic ingredients or special skills. It is the byproduct of decay. It's the byproduct of decaying vegetable matter. So it's not like crystal meth or heroin where you need exotic or restricted material to make it. Basically, you throw a load of fruit into a bucket and leave it there to rot, and you get alcohol. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about this product. It's just what leaks out of fruit when it decays. I mean, and we go, yeah, let's drink that. So that's the first thing. It's incredibly cheap to make, and people like cheap. So that's one of the reasons it's been there. But of course, back in the day, you go back thousands of years, then even hundreds of years, in fact, water wasn't safe to drink. Water was going to kill you if you drank it. So, often they would drink ale or mead or wine for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Why? Because the water would kill you. At least the alcohol killed a lot of the germs in the liquid. Now, you might think, well, if they could get away with it then, how can we not get away with it now? And the answer is they didn't get away with it then. For one reason or another, the average age of someone living just a couple of hundred years ago was something like 38, 39 years old. Someone my age, 43, would be considered decrepit. It's how I feel most days, I'll be honest with you. But to get to 43 back then would be very rare. People were wiped out much earlier than that. So it's not that they were getting away with it. It's just that they weren't able to have a drinking career long enough to get cirrhosis, to get all of the problems that we deal with today. But I think there's another fundamental point as to why alcohol has remained in society for so long and so successfully, and that is because it serves a political purpose. You've probably heard of the phrase Dutch courage. And this is basically using alcohol to make you brave. And what we know is that alcohol has no impact on bravery. It just makes you stupid. And stupid people are more likely to do dangerous things. So this is quite a nice tool if you're a general leading an army and you want several thousand young men to be cannon fodder, to run into the battleground and almost certainly die. I mean, how do you persuade several thousand men to do that? You can play the patriotism card, but that's only going to get you so far. Why not give them some alcohol and make them a little bit stupid? And that's what they used to do. They would liberally hand out the rum and send these brave young men off to die. And it's a lot easier to manipulate and use compliance techniques with stupid people. And that's what alcohol gives you. And even today, you might think, well, look, if alcohol kills 2.5 million people a year, and it costs health services billions of dollars to deal with cirrhosis, to deal with pancreatitis, to deal with the 7 major cancers that are proven to be caused by alcohol, you might think, well, why doesn't the government ban it? And the answer is because it keeps the masses sedated. They don't want people thinking too much. They want people quietly anesthetized, just do your work, go home, have a drink, and pay your taxes, and shut up. is what the governments would prefer from us. They don't want us thinking too much about the status quo, about what politicians are doing, about corruption in higher office. They want us nicely sedated, good little subjects. And so it serves a very powerful purpose. And also, there is huge tax revenue from alcohol. So there's no real reason for the government to get rid of it. It serves their purpose. So, I mean, we could go on because I think there's probably half a dozen other reasons why alcohol has successfully managed to last so long and remain so firmly embedded in society. But I think that's enough for this video. I hope that helps, Jacqueline. Thank you for the email. Don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you would like a free copy of my book, Alcohol Lied to Me, you can get it at the website right now, www.stopdrinkingexpert.com. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.